starts right now.
And just a few hours ago, the Senate rejected the skinny repeal health bill. It would have repealed some parts of Obamacare, including mandates that most people get insurance and large companies provide it to their workers. It was a close call. The GOP bill was rejected with a 49 for, 51 against it. And this morning, there are people getting ready to go to work at the Crossings Mall in Elkview. The plan for the rest of the business now that the new bridge is ready for some traffic. Good morning. We'll have those stories for you in just a moment. But first, we're keeping an eye on that threat for some flooding. Let's head over to meteorologist Doug Harlow. Doug, it was a wet one yesterday.
Yeah, it sure was, and unfortunately, more wet weather for today, so the concern is for some high water across the area. Flash flood watch is in effect pretty much area-wide, and even southeast Kentucky not technically under the watch. I would definitely be watching the streams and creeks carefully down there as well. This watch in effect until this evening. We're actually in a relative lull here right now. Overnight, the showers and storms faded a little bit. There's still a couple showers here east of Charleston and then down in southeastern Kentucky, but those are going to ramp up again, especially as we get toward lunchtime in the afternoon, much like yesterday. So more downpours at times, a lot of clouds. Temperatures will likely stay in the 70s. We're at 70 right now. We probably won't get to 80 in many spots this afternoon. And we'll carry that shower and storm threat through the evening commute as well. Then things will start to turn a little drier later tonight, and especially for the weekend. And I'll detail that in your full forecast. Talk about rainfall amounts as well coming up in just a bit. Right now, we want to get a check on traffic.
Yeah, that's right, Doug. And so far, really, since I've come in, there has been no issues on those roads out there. There's a shot at the 511 cameras right around Kanawha City. Look at that, the 95-mile marker over the bridge there. No issues coming in, and our Wazers haven't reported much. This I wanted to show you, though. The Crossings Mall near Elkview, we were just talking about it. There it is. Still showing closed right there on the Waze map. I'm hoping that those pins get cleared up here. Of course, we'll be talking about your traffic all morning long, and I'll have another check in that in just 10 minutes. But right now, it is excitement this morning right there in Elkview. The Kroger gas station is set to open in just about an hour. That's marking the first business to reopen since last year's flood that washed away the bridge to the Crossings Mall. And there's a live look for you at the Crossings Mall. A lawyer from the mall's owner, they told us that the plan is for each business to open when they're ready instead of waiting for a formal opening. And it was early this morning, Republicans weren't able to seal the deal in repealing Obamacare. John Lorenick reports on the long night and that one vote that shocked the room.
The official tally came shortly after 1:30 Friday morning.
The ayes are 49, the nays are 51. The motion is not agreed to. The amendment is not agreed to.
The so-called skinny repeal bill failed in the Senate. All eyes were on Senator John McCain, and after he made his vote, there was a noticeable reaction in the room. No. Republican Senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins also voted against the measure, killing it. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell called the vote disappointing.
Now imagine many of our colleagues on the other side are celebrating, probably pretty happy about all this. But the American people are hurting, and they need relief.
Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer called this a solemn moment and a chance to start over.
We will do a better job for our country, a better job for this body, a better job for ourselves.
The skinny repeal bill would have erased some parts of the Affordable Care Act's mandates and temporarily repealed the medical device tax. On Thursday night, the Congressional Budget Office issued a report saying had the bill passed, 16 million more people would have lost medical coverage by 2026. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And while you were sleeping, the president got onto social media to bash the Senate on its reform vote. He says that 3 Republicans and 48 Democrats let the American people down, and that he wants to let Obamacare implode. Now, fairs across the country are shutting down. That same ride that malfunctioned and killed a teen at the Ohio State Fair. The victim has been identified as 18-year-old Tyler Jarrell. A ride called the Fireball broke apart mid-air. It's a graphic video. It sent its riders flying onto the concrete below, injuring 7 others. The ride's manufacturer instructing all Fireballs and similar rides to stop operating until further notice. And now, of course, it's fair season across our region as well. Organizers are making sure that their rides are safe. The Cabell County Fair, it's in full swing already. There are 9 rides at that fair. Owners Jeff Chaffin tells us Ohio inspectors look over these rides weekly, and he gets inspected when they bring those rides into West Virginia. In addition, Chaffin does his own daily inspections of his rides. Fair organizers point out if you are apprehensive about the rides, there is still plenty to see and to do at the fair. The Cabell County Fair does end tomorrow. And the West Virginia State Fair begins August 10th in Fairleigh. There's a 3-step process to get those rides ready. First, the ride owner checks them as they're put on the truck when they're unloaded, and once again while they're up and running. Now, then an inspector from Florida checks them out, and finally, the West Virginia Division of Labor takes a look at the rides with further inspectors. And of course, this is it, the final day for our Tools for School drive with Brick Street Insurance. It ends today. We will be collecting backpacks, notebooks, pens, pencils, art supplies, loose leaf paper. We need some rulers, 3-ring binders, binder clips, folders, and highlighters. And through today, you can drop off all of these donations. You could bring it to right here, WCHS Fox 11 Studio in Charleston or in Huntington, Brick Street Insurance in Charleston, and all of the Putnam County libraries. Now, Catholic Charities West Virginia will be accepting donations at any of their affiliated churches all the way through July 30th. For a full list and when your county heads back to school and when the Tools for School drops up locations will be, head over to our website, WCHSTV.com. And next on Eyewitness News, why singer Katy Perry won't be able to party too hard at the MTV Music Awards and why she says that's okay with her. And of course, Doug Harlow checking on that forecast. We'll have that for you when you return on Eyewitness News this morning.
508 traffic and weather every 10 minutes here on this Friday. And boy, what a soaking yesterday for many of us. Picked up about an inch and a half along I-64 rainfall, Huntington and Charleston area. Down south, though, as much as 2 to 3. Southeastern Kentucky down here had some high water spots briefly crop up. Fortunately, though, because it's been so dry the last couple of days, we were able to handle that with fairly minimal problems, and things have receded for the time being. Now the problem today, the ground's really soft, very saturated, can't handle much more rain. You throw more on the mix, and similar kind of amounts can cause a lot more trouble. So especially watching this area down here, I'd say along I-64, we're going to have some heavier rain setting up. That could cause some high water later today. And then this area down in here, coal fields of West Virginia and particularly eastern Kentucky, it cannot handle much more rainfall. So any more showers and storms down there can definitely lead to some trouble spots. So we're going to especially be keeping an eye on that. Right now, a lot of us have gotten a break overnight here as the showers taper down, but there are a few around. Huntington to Charleston dry for now. But, any dry time that you get here for today is a little bit of a bonus because showers and storms will always be nearby. So there's not going to be a whole lot of window here for opportunities to get outdoors with some dry weather. There's a downpour near Sutton and just east of there along Route 19. As you travel south of Sutton, you'll run into some heavy rain, although it's pushing east fairly quickly. Some more downpours approaching Pikeville again. You folks have had some heavy rain. You're going to have some more coming through here. And this extends back toward Jackson, Kentucky. So this little batch of showers kind of heading off to the east-northeast. So Williamson, you can expect that by about 5:30 this morning. Logan just after 6 a.m. Looks like you'll be kind of on the northern edge of some of that rain as that pushes on through. But it's kind of spotty for right now, which is great. Let's keep it that way. But unfortunately, the setup is the same as yesterday. We've got this front just kind of draped up just to our north. So we're still in that very muggy air mass. Once we get this system to push to our south, we'll be in the clear. Notice how it's pretty calm up north. But that's not going to happen until this low right there moves into Virginia. And that won't happen until tonight. It's a very slow-moving low-pressure system. So we're going to see more of this activity ramping up here from west to east later on today. In fact, Futurecast been kind of bullish on showing the rain picking up in Huntington and Charleston next couple hours. We'll see how fast that happens. This might be a little quick. But in general, certainly as we go through this morning, I would expect the rain to really start to ramp up. So by lunchtime, showers and storms pretty common. And again, notice who's getting hit hard. the south, the same area that got hit hard yesterday. So that especially has me concerned there for the coal fields to see some, perhaps fairly widespread flood issues developing by midday today and through the afternoon. You can see more showers and storms there at 3 o'clock. 6 o'clock, dinner time, evening commute could be rough again because that's when the front's going to be coming through. So we'll get some moisture pooling right along the front. So one final downpour here from Huntington to Charleston, probably right around evening commute time, 5, 6 p.m. pushing through. There's 7 o'clock, but then that pushes south with the front, and then we start to see the showers tapering down. So it's a close call for Live in the Levee. We might be able to get the rain out of here at least shortly after the show starts. So hopefully be patient. Maybe we can get some better weather in here because there will be a downward trend. Temperatures stuck in the 70s again for today like they were yesterday. So it'll be muggy but relatively cool by July standards. And this will be going to be cool tomorrow, but much drier. We have better weather for the weekend, and I'll detail that in your 7-day forecast in 10 minutes.
All right, Doug, and some wet roads could mean some slow drive times out there. So far, so good. Taking a look right now at the 511 cameras around the Montrose interchange. No issues popping up there. It was yesterday afternoon. I'd already gone home when all the alerts started really popping up there. Definitely want to slow it down on those wet roads. Our drive times for now, they look absolutely fine. You can see that 49 minutes coming in from downtown Huntington over to Charleston. You should be absolutely fine to leave at your normal times this morning. And a Connecticut hospital broke the record for the largest kidney donation chain in the state. And Craig reports on what else made these donations so special.
And this kidney's doing so well in me. It's like it's a part of me, and we'll be connected for life.
One successful kidney donation to save a life makes for a great story.
And it even made it greater because I felt like we're cut from the same cloth.
Meet Corey and Mike Murphy. Yes, they share the same last name, even have similar mohawks, but these two were total strangers, brought together by a kidney.
My mom was in stage 4 kidney failure. She only had like 13% function, so I wanted to donate, but we weren't a match.
And that's where Yale New Haven Hospital comes in. 18 patients, 9 kidney transplants in just 7 weeks. One of the largest kidney swaps in the United States and the largest ever in Connecticut. Something that even took doctors by surprise.
Maybe we could do 3, and then 4 emerged, and then 5. Really?
And Yale doctors say what makes this story so unique is that each person came to give a kidney to someone that they know and loved and ended up donating to a total stranger.
Half of the pairs could have donated to each other, but they chose the opportunity to try to help other people.
Of the 9 people desperate for a kidney, Yale had 4 compatible donor matches, but used a computer algorithm to get the additional 5. Precious Childs went to Yale New Haven to give her kidney to her sister, but ended up donating to a woman she had never met, Corey Murphy's mom.
Oh, we just met today.
Doctors at Yale New Haven Hospital say this is not just a kidney story, but a story of heart, where people were moved to give to a total stranger, creating a chain of grateful and now healthy lives.
And I have.
Now, doctors said that the patients should all remain healthy for decades to come. Great feel-good story there. Now, next on Eyewitness News, Jerry Seinfeld tops the list of big money comedians and why he probably had a little extra time to spend all of that extra cash.
And welcome back. 517 traffic and weather every 10 minutes here on this Friday, and we're worried about flooding. In fact, I'm putting it at the highest risk here, especially across the coal fields. That's where I'm thinking with more heavy rain, I think there's almost certainly going to be some high water issues that develop later today. Right now, it's relatively calm, but showers and storms will ramp up quickly. 1 or 2 storms, not out of question, could produce some gusty winds, but that would be a very, very localized threat. Again, really concentrating on heavy rain as being the issue. 71 in Charleston, Huntington right now. It's another mild start to the day. And we're probably going to be stuck in the 70s, though, for today because of all the clouds. And with the increasing rain risk, I don't think there's going to be much opportunity to warm. So if you didn't like yesterday, you're probably not going to like today either. But things will get a little bit better here as we head into the weekend. We got some showers right now pushing along and east of Route 19, so heads up there in Webster Springs. You're about to get a quick shower. It's moving along, though. And then some more downpours through the Coalfield. So, again, this is an area here that we'll have to watch out for some local high water that will skirt across southern West Virginia, and there's more of that to come. For now, Huntington and Charleston are fairly calm. Hopefully we can keep it that way through the morning commute. But I think showers and storms will start to ramp up later on this morning, and through much of the afternoon there'll be some downpours, and they'll be widespread. So we'll be stuck in the 70s here for today. But by early to mid-evening, we'll start to see that activity pushing on down to the south. So, hopefully we can speed this thing up. It's a little dicey, though. I would expect Live in the Levee probably starts wet, and then maybe we can get the rain to taper off and completely end during the concert itself. So we'll see what we can do about that. Overnight, though, the focus actually becomes northeastern West Virginia with some heavier rain up there. The rest of us will just have some clouds as we fall back into the 60s. Now, I think this Futurecast model is a little aggressive. It shows some pretty widespread rain again in eastern West Virginia. I think there will be showers in the mountains during the day tomorrow. I think one or two of those showers could even sneak over toward I-77, including Charleston briefly. But overall, I think the trend is for a much drier day for a lot of us. It'll be fairly cloudy for a lot of the day. It's not going to be particularly sunny, and so it will be cooler. I think from Huntington west, I think it's dry. I think the showers will stay east of the Ohio River, so I think you're in good shape. Farther west that you are, better chance you have to stay dry. The mountains will stay a little bit on the damp side. But look at Sunday. Everybody wall-to-wall sunshine, so it's going to be great there. Temperatures tomorrow, look at this. I think the mountains may be stuck in the 60s all day. I think we'll get to 73 in Charleston. It'll be warmest out west, where there'll be a little more sunshine and drier weather. But overall, Saturday at least is better than yesterday and today, and Sunday is perfect 10. For July, 80 degrees. We start in the mid-50s, and we'll fall into the 50s again Monday morning, and that's a good-looking forecast heading into the first few days of August with dry weather and temperatures generally in the mid-80s.
Yeah, I'll take that. No question about it. Get that sunshine back here. We will be having some wet roads this morning, so you may want to leave just a few minutes early out there. Now, so far, no incidents at all. Got the Montrose Interchange camera pulled up there for you. Just that smooth flow of traffic. And the only alert that has really popped up so far, there it is, way up there near Buffalo, and that is just a pothole on the road. Yesterday, we did get a lot of alerts around Charleston, a few accidents here and there, mostly minor, though. Definitely just want to take your time out there, and you should be fine leaving at your normal times this morning. Now, Forbes magazine has named Jerry Seinfeld the highest paid comedian in the world, with $69 million earned in the past year alone. Now, he didn't have to work too hard. A good bit of that came from syndication paychecks from the comedy Seinfeld, which he co-created. The next highest paid comedians are Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle, Amy Schumer, Kevin Hart, and Jim Gaffigan. Some big names right there. Now, singer Katy Perry will be mixing work and play at the MTV Music Awards, and Mick Jagger has new music. Maggie Rulli reports from New York.
Katy Perry says hosting the MTV Video Music Awards is fulfilling a teenage dream. The music channel announced the 32-year-old singer will MC the August 27th event at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Are we crazy? Perry's nominated for 5 awards, including Best Pop Video for Chained to the Rhythm. We're all chained to the rhythm, to the rhythm, to the rhythm. Madonna is donating the damages she won in a London court to a children's hospital in the African nation of Malawi. The pop singer sued the Mail Online website for a, quote, serious invasion of privacy over a January story that revealed details of her adoption of 4-year-old twins from Malawi. Mick Jagger has released 2 new songs with music videos.
And everyone said we were already tall. I want to see England, but England longs.
The Rolling Stones leader says the releases are an urgent response to the, quote, confusion and frustration with the times we live in. Then Britain's Prince William has completed his final shift as an air ambulance helicopter pilot. The heir to the British throne has flown medical crews to emergencies for about 2 years. The 35-year-old prince is hanging up his flying jacket to take up more of the formal duties of a future king. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Maggie Bruley, ABC News, New York.
And next on Eyewitness News, it's the end of an era as Apple is discontinuing one of its flagship products, the iPod. But there is one gadget that won't be saying goodbye. We'll have that in just a little bit. line that helped Apple dominate the tech world is fading fast. The company is discontinuing some of its iPods. ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have the details in this morning's Tech Bites.